You guys, if we want to bring equality and justice to every person on this planet, we gotta stop playing dodgeball. I'm being serious.
Dodgeball isn't just problematic, it's an unethical tool of oppression. From researchers, the moral problem is that dodgeball encourages students to aggressively single others out for dominance and to enjoy that dominance as a victory.
Yep, that's real. I kid you not, that is a real article. From real academics, real scientists. It's real. I'm Tyler Zed. Welcome to Zeducation. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to another SJW episode, where on this series we highlight the absurdity and the hysteria surrounding the social justice movements throughout the world. It has gotten so bad, specifically in places like America, Canada, the UK, that you can't tell if it's satire or not anymore. That first article from the intro is very real. Dodgeball. Dodgeball is problematic. Dodgeball is oppressive. That's where we are. As always with this series, if you cringe, you win. It means you know that dodgeball is not a problem. Dodgeball is a game. If you cringe, it means your brain still works, which is good. That's a good sign. So if you cringe at any of the examples in today's video, you win. Furthermore, before we begin, if you think that dodgeball is not oppressive and you don't have a problem with it, head down and like this video and support this channel by subscribing and clicking the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Now, on to today's SJW examples and the hysteria and absurdity in our world today. How this teen is revolutionizing social justice publishing. The 19-year-old editor of Affinity magazine, and this is how she's doing it, with tweets like this.
Black girls with white friends scare me so much. Like, what do you have in common with the white girls?
That's okay to say today. That person is still on Twitter, but where does she learn this stuff? From people like the Chicago mayor. Chicago mayor sparks backlash after limiting media interviews to people of color. The definition of prejudice. Promoting, oh, no, we can only have interviews from one color of people. Because she's so worried about equality and justice for all, treating each other equally, that she's doing this. That's what she's promoting. She's taking us back in time. The leaders of America today. You love to see it. Journal of American Psychoanalytic Association on having whiteness. Whiteness is a condition one first acquires and then one has. A malignant, parasitic-like condition to which white people have a particular susceptibility. The scientists, that's real. That's a scientific journal. Whiteness is a parasitic condition. Whiteness, equality, justice, equal treatment of everyone, guys, and saying stuff like this. The science, follow the science, guys. Follow the science.
Men of Twitter, we can see you not retweeting women, and it speaks volumes about you.
If you're not retweeting women, man, you're sexist, you're part of the patriarchy, man. Retweet more women. This is a blue check mark actually saying this. Retweet women, man. Otherwise, you hate women, dude. When are we going to talk about the fact that having a crush is literally a form of sexual harassment? And that's how it trickles into the youth. They're just buying into this hook, line, and sinker. This stupid SJW movement trickling down to the youth. You'll love to see it. Oh, yeah. But back to the substance of this graphic. If you like somebody, if you have a crush on somebody, sexual harassment. You should go to prison for that.
Actively not wanting to be fat is fat phobia, and therefore, you're fat phobic. There is little to no evidence that we have any control over size long term.
Little to no evidence. Bruh, dude, you're doing God's work, man. If you want to live healthy, man, if you want to look good on the beach, you're fat phobic, bruh.
Guess what? My patience has run out. Pansexuality is not inherently biphobic. They are both valid sexualities. Both of them. And while yes, I have seen pansexual people use that label for questionable reasons, they pretty quickly get it once you explain things to them. They do. And not only that, but do you know who likes to use specific or micro labels? Neurodivergent people. Sometimes we just have to do whatever we can to feel safe and comfortable. And using a more specific label can be our outlet for that. If you took all that energy you spend calling people biphobic and saying they're performing bi erasure and just educated them, there would be less biphobia. There would be less bi erasure. Because you've explained it and people will know the difference. I've had it with you guys. Jesus
just said you guys on the end of that. That hurts my feelings. Wow. It's 2021. Get with the times. You don't call groups of people you guys. Wow. God is transgender. It is known. 2021, everyone. Welcome to 2021.
Parents are tyrants. Parent is an oppressive class like rich people or white people. There are things you can do to try and minimize the abuse that's endemic to the parent-child relationship, but it's always there.
Parents, if you didn't know this, you're oppressors just by being parents. You have a kid, you're an oppressor. Not my rules. It's what the science, it's what the blue check marks, the experts telling us today.
We're inclusive here on my page. Women are not the only people who give birth. Trans men and non-binary persons also get pregnant and give birth. It's important to include these people when we're talking about labor and delivery because they do it too. Women are not the only people giving birth. And no, my ability to get pregnant and give birth is not affected by the ability of other persons to do so or saying that they do. Nobody is taking away anything from anybody. Lots of different types of people give birth. Lots of different types of people get pregnant. There's also intersex people who get pregnant and give birth and all sorts of other types of people, so we can't just say that women are the only ones who give birth because they're not.
Not only women have kids. Not only women. White women are the biggest danger to people of color.
So pardon, this is like the first TikTok I saw this morning. White women, you need to hear this story. I had a friend who felt comfortable enough around me to explain, and I'm very forever grateful because it makes so much sense. She was like, Sierra, when you come to my house and you're the only white person in the room, you are still a threat. Because at any moment, you could decide that you are uncomfortable with anything going on. You could call the police, and all of us would either end up jailed or killed by the police and your fellow white people. She's like, we learn about Emmett Till from our moms who were kids when that happened because a white woman's tears kills people. So as uncomfortable as you ever feel in conversations about race and racism, you are literally a deadly presence, and you need to recognize that in order to be an ally.
Be ally, man. Denounce your whiteness. If you're white, you're bad. You're a threat. Okay? Emilia Clarke's debut comic book follows a single mom whose secret weapon is her period. Well then. Okay. Variety magazine, I'm glad you covered this. Emilia Clarke, doing God's work. Yoga teacher Jasmine Stanley believes white supremacy has polluted yoga, and it's time to talk about it. People magazine, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm so happy we are now talking about white supremacy and yoga. Everything is bad. Yoga, dodgeball, it's all bad. It's all bad. It's all oppressive.
Oh man, it's kind of sick how much joy I get out of being cruel to old white men. I open my mouth to politely greet a Republican, but nothing but an unending cascade of vomit flows from my face. Are white people genetically predisposed to burn faster in the sun, thus logically being only fit to live underground like groveling goblins?
This is a good time to remind everyone that this person got hired by the New York Times. That's real. Stop joking about your lockdown weight gain. It reeks of fat phobia. Have you cringed yet? Have you won today's game yet? I don't even know how much more I can go. This is unbelievable. I'm ashamed for my ancestors' race. National Geographic. Oh man, I just love the major outlets that are covering this very important stuff. Ashamed of your ancestors' race, ashamed of your own race. Hate yourself. That's the only way to atone for sins that you did not commit. Hate yourself. Christian University replaces freshmen with first year in order to achieve inclusive excellence. Freshmen? Sexist. Patriarchy. I'm glad they made this decision.
Black folks built this country for free. Reparations are a refund and the bare minimum.
Congresswoman. This is a congresswoman pushing this. Congress. This is where we are. This is coming from National Geographic. Congresswomen. The Chicago mayor. This is coming from the top down.
So I choose to allow my girlfriend to sleep with other men. That doesn't give you the right to call me a cuck. And this is a message for all the people out there using that hateful language. Why don't you try going a day in my shoes, where you are with someone you love very much and you want them to be able to express themselves physically and spiritually in a way that perhaps they can't do with just you. Now, personally, I would never sleep with another woman. I love my girlfriend very much, but I know that her needs require her to have the right to explore that territory. And if it means I have to sleep on the sofa a few days a week, then, so be it. Ultimately, our relationship means more to me than, my ego or my jealousy. So think about what you're saying when you use that word.
That word hurts feelings, okay? Criticizing that lifestyle, that hurts feelings. Do not criticize anything today. Guys, don't use the C word.
Just so we're very, very clear, if you are currently angry, upset, sad, mourning with the Indigenous community right now, but then turn around and have a little Canada Day party, dress up in your red and white, buy those little Canada Day dream catchers, I just wanted to remind you that that is performative activism. And you actually don't give a shit if you still actively participate in a holiday that celebrates a country that is built on the oppression and quite literally the bodies of Indigenous people and other people of color. So yeah, I just hope that Indigenous lives are more important than drinking and partying with your friends.
Canada, how dare you? How dare you celebrate your own country in 2021? You have to be slaves to the past. Feel bad about things you didn't do, okay? That's what you have to do. Canada, how dare you? Masks are off, which means men will start telling women to smile again. Washington Post. Oh, that's one thing, that the patriarchy, I hate about the patriarchy. Men telling women to smile drives me nuts. Washington Post, thank you for doing this. Thank you for covering this. Historian uncovers the racist roots of the Second Amendments. And there you have it. NPR. That's where we're going to end today. Second Amendment is racist. That's how they are now trying to attack the right to bear arms in America. Everything is racist, guys. Didn't you know this? Everything is problematic. Equality, justice, when they don't actually care about that. It's just a political tool. That's it. Plain and simple. Do you know anyone sucked into these stupid ideas? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how it has affected you and affected your family, your friendship with these people. Let me know in the comments. While you're down there, even though there's not much to like in this video, please like this video. Please help me get it recommended to others. That's it for today's video. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation.
Idiots.